Hello, and thank you for taking the time to review our first half of 2025 highlights. My name is Radin, and I'm a consultant certified in Employee Central and reporting, and I also support compensation. I'm based in the UK and I work for Veritas Prime, a global SAP SuccessFactors partner. We are one of the leading HR transformation consultancies out there and have been working with clients all over the world to help them get the most out of SuccessFactors. In these sessions, I'll be walking you through some of the key updates for compensation in the latest release. For full release details, feel free to check out veritasprime.com or reach out to your project manager or CSM. Before we dive into the features, just a quick heads up. If you are looking for a quick overview of what's changed across all modules like EC, reporting, payroll, or others, we've got highlight videos available. They are short, to the point, and a great way to catch up on the release at your own pace. All right, let's get into the first update. So, the first update is guidelines columns for adjustment 2, as well as promotion. You can now set up guideline columns for three additional standard fields, which are adjustment 2, as well as promotion. What this means is that planners can now see recommendations for these types of increases right in the worksheets. Whether it's a promotional increase or just an off-cycle adjustment, there is now a clear guidance to it. It's configurable and the implementation effort is low, so it's an easy update to roll out. Next up, if your organization uses custom fields as parameters in guidelines, this one is for you. You can now define guidelines formulas using up to 5 custom fields. That is an up from 3 previously. This really helps organizations with complex or global setups. You can now build up region-specific logic, account for job level or seniority, or even bring in market-based data all in one single template. It cuts down on having multiple versions of the same worksheet, which is always a plus. This one is customer configured and the implementation effort is medium. The next one improves the admin experience. Previously, if you routed a completed compensation worksheet back to a modify step to make a quick change, it would trigger a mass recall of all the reward statements associated with that worksheet. Not very ideal. However, now you have the option of changing how the system handles statement recalls. Rather than recalling all statements from a rerouted worksheet, only impacted statements needs to be recalled. So you can make small updates without disrupting everything else. The feature to automatically recall all statements for rerouted worksheets is on by default. However, you can now turn it off in Compensation Home, then Company Settings whenever needed. On top of that, there is no configuration required for this update. The fourth update adds more flexibility when working with reward statements. If you want to show new employee central fields on the statements, you can now add those directly to the statements template without needing to touch the compensation plan. Even better, if you need to tweak the statement template during planning, you can do that too, without having to delete worksheets or otherwise cause any disruptions. It is automatically on and the implementation effort is low to medium. The next one is another one that helps with accuracy. You can now validate your XSL template before importing it, meaning that if something's off, you'll get an error message right away. There's also a new download sample PDF button. This lets you preview what your reward statements will look like before you generating it. And just a small UI update, the More Actions menu now holds options like export, delete, and preview, so it's easier to find what you're looking for. This one is also automatically available with no configuration required. Here's a quick overview of the implementation effort for each of the updates we covered. Most are low to medium effort, with a few automatically turn on by default. Hopefully, this helps you plan out what's needed from your side and prioritize which updates to enable first. And that's everything for compensation in this release. Thanks again for joining and taking the time to stay up to date. Take care, and we'll see you in the next release.